What up YouTube? It's your boy Esaveo back again with another reaction video, and if you are old enough to know why this symbol is dope and why this shirt is amazing, shouts out to you. Now, today we're getting into a song that... Okay, let me start with this. Where I'm from in the United States, we pronounce the month after July and before September as August. Now, that is spelled A-U-G-U-S-T, okay? This is spelled A-G-U-S-T. There is no U after the A. However, I'm still going to pronounce it August, like the month, because I like the way that sounds better than August. If that's pronounced wrong, then just blame, I don't know, blame America or something. I don't have a reason. I like it better. So that's what we're gonna say for the rest of this video. Okay? Cool. So today we're getting into a song called Agust D by the artist Agust D, better known as Suga from BTS. Now, I'm aware that this is his alternate rap name. I'm familiar with alternate rap names. I mean, lots of rappers have them. Jay-Z is also known as Hove, aka Jehovah, aka God. Eminem is also known as Slim Shady or Rap God. Drake is also known as Drizzy or Six God. There's a lot of gods in the hip-hop industry. Point is, I am used to rappers especially having multiple stage names and flipping in and out of them. In fact, I like some people's stage names better than their actual musical artist name. LaFlame, I'm looking at you. And I'm cool with that. However, like I said before, it's confusing to pronounce to my brain. So if I am pronouncing it wrong, please bear with me. I am doing my best. You guys have recommended this song a lot to me already, especially back when I was doing like a lot of the rap line stuff. But now that his new stuff has come out and you guys are recommending that a lot to me as well, I figured I should do this one first and then get more into the new stuff. So stay tuned on the channel because I will be reacting to, oh wow, not even gonna try to pronounce that in this video. There's gonna be a whole rant about that in the next video. I'm gonna be reacting to that D song as well, coming up here soon. It might premiere on the same day as this video or may premiere the day after, so just stay tuned, I guess. In the meantime, we're gonna get into this song. I'm pretty excited to hear it. You guys have told me that it is absolutely crazy and nothing like anything I've heard from them, even from the other rap line songs. Hopefully it's max. So, without further ado, let's get into this thing, guys. I'll see you on the other side. Peace. Okay, so that was interesting. They paired a drummer boy military marching snare with two very common trap sound effects, which is the what do they call it? They have like specific names when you download production kits. One is like known as like the Lex siren, and it's just that woo, like that sound. And the other one is kind of like a riser, but you hear them a lot. If you've listened to like any 2010 to 2015 trap song, then that's like probably in the intro. Like just go look at Metro Boomin's like early stuff, and that is probably thrown somewhere in the intro or somewhere in a transition from a verse into a chorus. Okay, so there it was again, right before he starts to rap. That was a sample, which is interesting because I have yet to hear a sample in not only BTS's music, but also in the small amount of K-pop that I've reacted to at all. Like, this is the first sample that I've heard the entire time, which is surprising, but also not surprising. If you don't know what a sample is, it's basically a piece of audio taken from a previously established song or piece of media, whether it be a movie or TV show or something of that nature, and it's chopped up and put into the song, usually as a part of the melody or as a backing vocal. This sounded to be like maybe a 70s era funk song, which if I'm wrong on that, I'm sure you guys will let me know, but that's kind of what it sounded like. Maybe like a 60s funk type of James Brown kind of vibe going there, and it seems to be the backing vocal because the melody sounds like some type of horn situation we got going on. So some type of brass. It may not be an actual horn, but it's some type of brass accompaniment. And so let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. So the lyrics so far seem to be basically what I expected. Suga going hard at haters, at naysayers, at antis, at people who are saying that they blew up too easy or too fast or that they don't deserve it. And he's like, basically, suck my sugar. So yeah, I'm here for it. That's a very common topic in rap music. Basically telling the people who said you could not do it, should not do it, or now that you've done it, you don't deserve it. Telling them to basically go kick rocks and yeah, there's all the stuff I'm thinking of I can't say on YouTube, but you get the point. It's kind of a big middle finger to haters, and you know me, I'm all for that. I like this. I like this line right here. So A to the G to the U to the STD. Now I had someone share that tweet with me, and I think personally that he knows what STD means in English, and he used it for, you know, a shock factor. For it's a clever double entendre, and it's very much in your face, just like his rap style and just like these lyrics. And then obviously the D, I'm from the D. Now here in the US, when someone says I'm from the D, especially if they're rapping, they mean Detroit, which is a city in Michigan, which a lot of rappers are from, notably Eminem, who I have compared Suga to before, and Big Sean, who is another very lyrical artist who I like a lot. So hearing someone say I'm from the D and they be Asian and not American is kind of funny to my brain, and it's like, yeah, but I know that is the name slash first letter of the town that he is from, and hence the D on Agust D. But as far as the Agust chant, the A to the G to the U to the STD, I would like to know what you guys think on if that was intentional or if that was just a accident, a funny coincidence, and that it's just a cultural difference and that he didn't know what it was that he was saying. I mean, me personally, I would love to have Suga be my doctor and come in and be like, hey G, you got an STD. But, I mean, I wouldn't love to have an STD. But you get my point. If I had one, I would love him to tell me like that. The production of this song is very late 90s, but especially early 2000s, East Coast, New York, hip-hop-esque. One, there's a sample. Let's start there. Two, it's a loop, which a loop is basically a repeated phrase of music. In this case, it sounds to be an 8-bar loop, or so 8 measures of music that are repeated throughout the song. That's another nod to early in my life, you know, I'm only so old, but early 2000s East Coast hip hop. So like, think the who would you guys know? Think the 50 Cent era. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like G-Unit, like them. Also, there is a brass heavy melody, which is another nod to early 2000s, late 90s East Coast hip hop production. All of that. Then the heavy snare with the percussion section, another nod. Like there's a bunch of things that are stacked on top of each other that make me feel that this might actually be a low-key nod to late 90s, early 2000s hip-hop, which might have inspired Suga. That may have been the first hip-hop that he got exposed to that inspired him to become a rapper in the first place, which is also why this song is named after his hometown, which is where he would have first heard that music, and also his other rap stage name. Yeah. And so, I don't think that's by coincidence. But I grew up on the West Coast. Like, I'm very much a West Coast nigga. And during this time of rap, everybody on the West Coast, we weren't as big during this time. I feel like we were, the West Coast collective was very much still in mourning of the tragic death of Pac. And so, we had artists who were out. They just weren't as nationally and definitely not as internationally big as some of the East Coast rappers. The hip hop industry was very much run by the East Coast during that point. I feel like we have since taken it back, but you know, that's how I feel. So as a West Coast kid, we felt like this music wasn't that great. In fact, we felt it was basic. Now, I have respect for the impact that it made to push hip-hop forward into what it eventually became. That is, you know, now the most popular genre of music on earth, which makes my soul happy. But the rapping on those beats was always the focus. It was way more lyrical than beat driven. And I feel like that fits Suga's style so well. Now, Suga's also a producer who produces quite well based on what I've heard of his production and based on the things that you have told me about, you know, his accolades as a producer. But Suga, first and foremost, got bars. Suga be spitting, and on this, he is spitting. He's right now on his fourth flow on this beat, while the beat, again, is stagnant and the same. And that is very much, again, a nod to early 2000s, late 90s East Coast hip-hop, where they would do that. They would switch up their flow a lot on the same instrumental loop, on the same beat, to be like, not only can I kill you with these lyrics in this flow on this beat, but I got 3, 4, 5 more flows that I can kill you with on this beat. At this point, I really feel like if I was putting on my theorist cap, which I've been doing a lot in my recent videos, I really feel like if we ask Suga, I think he would say honestly that it was inspired by New York hip-hop, specifically New York, but you know, East Coast hip-hop from the early 2000s era. Even this video is like, I know some people are gonna be pissed at how many parallels I'm drawing, but even the video is filmed like, just go back to any song featuring Eminem, who's not from New York, by the way. Already touched on that. I don't want there to be a confusion. I know that Eminem is not from New York, and technically he's from the Midwest to the West Coast. All them niggas was the same, bro. But we know Eminem is not from New York. But him and 50 Cent, especially during this era, were very, very close. And so they worked on a lot of music together, and so it kind of all blended together, especially if you weren't from that area. But if you look at any of the videos from that time period, this is it. Like, it's It's not artistic, it's not creative, it's not deep, it's grimy, it's hard, it's tough, it's in your face. The only thing that he is missing is like 20 guys behind him dressed in black, potentially with guns, potentially with fists. It doesn't matter, but like he needs a crew behind them. I get that this is his solo project, but that is literally the only thing that is stopping this from being like literally a time capsule of that period of time. This man said, "I'm sorry, change your career. I'm sorry that your rapper is not as good as me. I'm sorry." Yo, I don't know who he was thinking about when he was writing this, like if there's a specific group in mind. I know that a lot of the groups that ARMY have beef with, BTS doesn't actually have beef with, but whoever he is writing this to definitely had to be feeling some type of way, because this is fun. He coming for some people's necks on this one, bro. Yeah, okay, so that's what Suga's solo work sounds like. That's kind of dope. That is the first solo Suga song, or Agust D song, that I have heard. I enjoyed it. It kind of gave me flashbacks of growing up being a hip-hop fan, but growing up on the West Coast and being like, man, their music ain't even that good, bro. Like, whatever. They be having the same little 8-bar loop over and over and over again, bro. It's not even that hard. But really, it was hard. That's why everybody liked it. We was just hating. I'm going to stand by my thought process that he intentionally drawed all those parallels. But overall, the song was good. It wasn't like flashy or super artistic from the standpoint of like the video or even the production, like a lot of the other BTS stuff is. This was just in your face. It was tough. It was mean. It was grimy. It was hard. It was dirty. And I like it. I dig it. It's a different vibe, and to know that he can do this, not just that he has the ability to do this, because I knew that already, but that they give him the freedom, they being Big Hit, is dope. And I will continue to appreciate Big Hit giving their artists the freedom to be them, because it's something that needs to be pointed out, not just in that part of the world, but in all parts of the world. That should be more of a common practice. So I appreciate that and think that they deserve credit for that. So now I'm going to go film the other new like D2 song, and hopefully you guys stick around for that. But if not, that's cool too. Thank you for being here with me on this reaction, and I will see all you guys next time. Peace.